Ladies and gents, this could be the reason why your agency is stuck between $10,000 to $30,000 per month. This is the same reason why I was stuck there 3-ish years ago. Now our agency is doing around 160-ish plus $1,000 per month. And so what was the reason as to why we were stuck? It was an issue to do with talent and this weird negative flywheel that can occur if you're not careful as you scale your agency. So what happens when you start to get into the 10 to 30K per month range is you've kind of figured out client acquisition, not to like the extent of like, oh my goodness, I have clients on demand, but to the extent where you can fill your plate and achieve your own personal maximum capacity. Okay, so what do I mean by that? Let's assume that this is your maximum capacity, okay? So this is your personal cap. And you can manage, let's say 25K per month, okay, in MRR. That's your cap. Now, if you cap yourself out, okay, you're an agency owner, you cap yourself out, you reach $25,000 per month, you're likely going to be spending 90% of your time ITB, okay? ITB, what is that? It's working in the business. Because when you cap yourself out with accounts, you're in a vicious cycle of like, I don't have any other time to work on the business, OTB. And so that causes a problem, and you can consider the problem to be somewhat of a negative flywheel. Now, this is part of the big problem that we're going to get into. This isn't the only issue. There's another issue we have here, which is talent, number 3. So the big problem is, one, you don't want to cap yourself out. You want to come close to capping yourself out, but still have at least the ability to have, I would say, 20 to 30% of your time able to be focused on OTB. So what does that mean? I mean, that means that basically if you managing personally $25,000 per month in revenue, let's just say you have a virtual assistant, it's yourself, and you and the virtual assistant can manage 25K in MRR. Great. Okay, cool. That's your maximum capacity. Well, if you bring that down to 20K instead of 25, okay, fantastic. Now you're going to be able to spend at least 20% of your time managing other things or building other things in the business which are OTB related. Do the math on it, right? Again, if you do 25K MRR, 100% of your time is ITB. That's your max cap. You can't go any further than that. It's going to be a hell of a time doing that 24/7, along with all the other things you need to take care of in the business, like AR, accounting, bookkeeping, managing the virtual assistant, dealing with fires that come up in the agency, your personal life. You got a lot of stuff going on. And there's a lot of hats that you have to wear because you're probably, you don't have a massive team at this stage. It's 10 to 30K in MRR. Now, if you know and recognize what your cap is and you don't go too far and you don't push it to 100% cap, let's say you push it to 80% cap, so that way you can still have, again, 20% of your time on OTB. Now what you can do, ladies and gents, and this is the number one thing that really held me back at 25-ish to $30,000 per month, is you can hire somebody. And you want to hire somebody that is just like you. And ideally they are, what I mean by that is you want to hire some talent that has the capacity to run the business as you do. So for example, they can talk to the clients, they can deal with all of this. They can deal with all of that, 100% of it. They can take over talking to the clients. They can take over servicing the clients. They can take over all of that. Okay. And when you make this hire, it's really important that you have the capacity, the 20% at least, to be able to, one, recruit, like source, train, and hire the person, basically, or source, recruit, whatever, train. Recruiting is basically a process of like sourcing, vetting, offering, onboarding, training. So that's a lot of time. It's a pretty time-consuming thing. And if you're capped out and you're at 100%, cool, you're going to have yourself one hell of a high-paying job, but you're not going to be able to develop a real agency that is going to actually scale into something that can run by itself, which is the goal for any agency owner. Have the agency run without the owner, okay? So with all that being said, the person that you hire, in my opinion, I've talked about this in previous videos, if you're an integrator or a visionary, and if you haven't taken this test, you have to take this test. If you're an integrator, you want to find someone that's a visionary. If you're a visionary, find somebody that's an integrator. If you're both, find someone that you think is the side that you least enjoy. If it says that, when you take the visionary integrator crystallizer test, this is a test developed by the guys who developed EOS, I believe, which is but Gino Wickman. This is something where, again, if you take the test and it says that, hey, you're a mix between a visionary and an integrator, think intuitively and subjectively about which side you like more. Do you like being an integrator more or a visionary more? And then choose the one that you dislike and hire somebody that is that predominantly. Okay, that should be your first hire. And I wish I did this. Now, the reason why I got stuck at where I was, which was, again, like I said, roughly $25-ish, $30,000 per month, was because I didn't hire somebody and I really maxed myself out. I got really stressed out. I burned out pretty relentlessly. And then what happened was we lost a few clients. I was back to a normal 75-ish% capacity and thought, wow, we really need to hire somebody. We hired somebody, and a lot of things changed in the agency at that time, but needless to say, after this, we hired this person who was Destiny, and we saw her flourish. It was like, oh my God, amazing. And then the company got to the point where it's like, okay, we need to hire another person. We need to hire another person. We need to hire another person. And there was no looking back after that. It was like, okay, we realized that we need to measure our capacity, because the whole management of an agency is a giant teeter-totter between this concept of ITB and OTB. And you got to find the right balance. And if you push ITB to 100%, what happens is your margins go through the roof and your sanity goes to absolute crap. I'm trying to keep this channel PG and not swear, but your sanity will go to terrible, lows, because you're going to be burning out, because you're going to be spending a lot of time managing clients, and you're not going to have any time to do this, which is the thing that actually helps you grow your business, such as hiring people, training people, improving your systems in your agency, and doing these high value things. Not to say that managing accounts isn't high value, because it definitely is one of the most high value things you can do. It's just not at this capacity level of 100%, because then you get in this negative flywheel, which I've been talking about here for 10 minutes or whatever it's been, where you cannot scale the agency further because you simply don't have the time to focus on the OTB things you need to focus on. So that's it, ladies and gents. This is why you may be stuck between 10 to 30K in MRR. And if you need help hiring a great team, figuring out the balance between OTB, ITB, figuring out how to find that person that could take your agency to the next level, because that's a whole nother thing. That person that you hire isn't just some random person that's going to take over all the ITB work and all they're going to do is manage clients. No. That person you hire is going to be the person that has the potential to be a partner that can take your agency to the next level and do a lot more than just manage clients. Okay? So with that being said, if you need help with those things, I recommend checking out agencyenlightened.com. Much love, everybody. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do so. Like the video as well, helps boost the algorithm, and drop a comment. Comments boost the algorithm more than likes. So if you do that, I note you down as an extra friendly subscriber on the channel. Much love, everybody, and thanks for watching. Ciao.